Pause for just a moment and ask yourself this question. Am I living my best life right now? We've only got one shot at this, and we don't know how long that's going to be. So we've got to make the most of it right now. In today's video, I am going to share with you one of my favorite tools for making this happen: affirmations. To make them work, there's more to it than simply Googling a phrase or using an affirmation app to find a phrase that sounds good to you. Stick with me here and I'll share with you how to make them really work. I'm going to tell you about 2 different types of affirmations and which type you want to use when, and why you would like to incorporate it into your journaling practice. And finally, how to make the best affirmations for you personally. I'm Julie, the founder of J&B Living, and I love sharing ways to help you bring more beauty, more positivity, and more joy into your life. If you could use a little more of any one of these, hit that little bell below to subscribe to my channel, as I love to share things here that can help you do that. So if you're still with me here, I'd love to know, do you use or have you used in the past affirmations to help you reach for your dreams and to go for your goals? Or have you used them more for shifting your mood or helping you build self-confidence? Just type confidence or dreams in the comments below to let me know. How many times have you heard when you were growing up that you have to work really hard in life to get ahead or to get what you want? Well, here's the thing. I did work really hard in my life, and I have, and sometimes I still do. But the things that bring me the most joy aren't necessarily the result of years of hard work. The love of my life, Kurt, he's a perfect example. Yes, I used affirmations before he came into my life. And some of my best experiences, best life experiences, they came after and as a result of affirmations too, such as a 3-month trip that I took around the world with my family. That too was a result of after creating affirmations. And yes, while it does take some money and the means to be able to take a trip like that, that didn't come because I worked really hard for many, many years on end and I got my 5% raises for a year and I stuck with that job. No, rather it came after I worked on my belief system, I created affirmations, and honestly within a couple years I had been able to triple my income. And so there's so many things and so much that you can do with affirmations, and I'd like to share more about that here with you. So first, what are the 2 different types of affirmations that I spoke about earlier in this video? Well, the first type is probably the ones that you see most often. And these are really great for helping you to change your mood or helping you to feel more positive and have confidence in your life. These are really powerful and they're a great way of shifting out of a funk and actually getting positive momentum, and I actually do use them on a daily basis. The second type are crafting your affirmations in a way, or some of your affirmations that you're going to use, in a way that you can help them reach for your dreams and help you reach your goals. And that's the ones we're going to take a little bit more time to talk about here today. To figure out which ones will work best for this process, it does take a little bit more work, effort, and care in the way that you craft the wording for these affirmations for them to work really well for you. Now, I go into all of this in a lot of detail in my digital course, The Secret to Creating Affirmations That Work, and you can find this on my website at www.jmbliving.com. But we're going to go into it a little bit more here today, right now. But before we go there, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about why you should use an affirmation practice as a part of your journaling practice. And so there's 3 main reasons for this. The first reason is that if you already have an established daily journaling practice, it's easy to add your affirmation practice to this and make a habit of doing this too on a daily basis. And practicing your affirmations and saying them on a daily basis is something that you want to do daily. And the reason that this is important is that we are trying to build new neural pathways in your brain. And we want these pathways to be strong. So we want these affirmations to become a part of your belief system. And in doing so, what's going to happen is these thoughts are going to start running on automatic in your brain, and your brain will automatically begin to start looking for opportunities in your life of supporting this belief system, of making these statements true and solidifying them. The third reason why using your affirmations as a part of your journaling practice can be really helpful is that in this process of writing it down, you are telling your brain, this is important, pay attention. And then the other thing is that you use different cognitive processes when you write something down. So this is just another way of strengthening that neural network and strengthening the ability to make this a strong belief, which is what you want to be able to help support you in creating your goal or your dream. Now you know what type of affirmations you'll want to use for helping you actively work towards creating your dreams and why you want to use them as a part of your journaling practice. So now let's talk about the best way to figure out specifically what affirmations are going to work best for you to do this. So to begin with, what you're going to want to do is start with what's not working in your life. As you're working towards your goal or your dream, reflect back on where you keep coming into roadblocks again and again. What is holding you back? What are these areas that aren't working and seem to keep you stalled, if you will? These are the places where your limiting beliefs lie, and this is where we need to rewrite that circuitry in your brain to get past them. Now, we all have limiting beliefs, but sometimes finding them can be a bit tricky. Often we have had these for years and years. Perhaps there's something that we even adopted as a child. We may have heard them from parents, from teachers, or even our friends when we were growing up. And they could have been running on autopilot in our life for so long that we may not even realize that they're impacting us as strongly as they are at this point in our life. So this is why sometimes they can be a little challenging to find. So let me give you a couple of tips for helping you find your own limiting beliefs. First, I want you to write down a goal or a dream that you would like to accelerate and bring into your life a little more quickly. And then below that, I want you to write down in your journal everything that first comes to your mind in terms of your ability to make that dream come true or to make that goal happen. And then after that, I also want you to write down anything that comes to mind of challenges that you've had repeatedly in particular, or any roadblocks that seem to keep coming up. And after you've written all of this down, to get to the beliefs that are causing these challenges and roadblocks, I want you to step back and pretend that it's your friend that has this goal or dream, and it's your friend that has these challenges and roadblocks coming up. And try to think about what beliefs would your friend have to have for these to keep showing up in their life again and again and again. Try to identify what beliefs would help support these situations, these roadblocks happening in their life. And then after you write all of that down, I want you to put beside each belief whether it is a helpful belief in getting what you want or whether it's holding you back and hindering you. Now, for all the beliefs that you find that aren't helpful and that are hindering you and holding you back from reaching your goals. I want you to create a new, more empowering belief that's like the opposite of what that hindering belief is. And then take this new empowering belief and pair it up with a statement about your goal or your dream. So you're going to pair the two of these up together. First, your new, really empowering belief that's going to help you break through that limiting belief. And secondly, pair this up with your goal or your dream. So that on a daily basis, when you write this down in your journal and do this as a part of your affirmation practice, you are going to be repeating this empowering statement of how you can reach this dream or this goal in your life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share. And if you'd like more techniques on how to make affirmations work for you, be sure to visit www.jmbliving.com and check out my digital course there. It includes worksheets and videos and everything in a manner to help you make the most of this amazing tool of affirmations. Until next time, know that you are amazing, that you deserve an amazing life, and you have what it takes to make it happen.